Hi guys, you are welcome to my channel. Today we'll be looking at how we can trade gold on the lower time frames. But before we go to the lower time frames, let's take a look at what has happened on the higher time frames. And I'll be starting with the daily time frame with the use of pivot analysis. Now this blue line, this blue horizontal line is our pivot line, and it's on 3408.33. This red line, horizontal line, is our first resistance, is at 3432.21, while this green line below here is our first support, and it's at 3393.49. Today so far, price opened around here. Price opened at price opened at 3417.10, and price dropped to test the pivot line at 3408.33. Right now price is currently at 3411.50. Now either of two things will happen. Price might drop further below the pivot line to test the first support at 3393.49, or price might rise to test the first resistance at 3432.21. But the most likely scenario is price rising to test the first resistance at 3432.21. Okay, another factor is the fact that we have a high around here. Okay, and we have a low around here, and we have a lower high here, and we have this lower low, this higher low around here. Now we had a breakout yesterday of this particular lower high. This is a breakout. Price broke out above and closed above the lower high. That shows a bullish. That gives us a bullish price move, breaking the previous high is a bullish move. But we have a challenge here, which is another high above here. So price has broken the first hurdle. The second hurdle is right here, preventing price from breaking higher. So in as much as sellers were here and buyers have been able to push past that level, we have sellers around here as well. So in line with harmonic patterns, we might possibly see price giving us like a bearish move. Price might likely give us a bearish move in line with harmonic pattern. And I'm trying to see how I can draw this. Okay, we're still using pivot analysis, but I'm done with the pivot analysis. I'm trying to explain another scenario that might likely occur. So in line with harmonic patterns, we might see something like this pan out. Something like this might happen. Okay, where we have this triangle and this very triangle. So we might see price, another scenario that we might see price dropping lower. Okay, this is like a butterfly. It's either a bearish butterfly or a bearish cipher or a bearish crab, or whatever bearish harmonic pattern it might give us. So my price dropping here to either 31% Fibonacci retracement level, okay, 21.8, or price might drop to 50% or 61.8% Fibonacci level before price might decide to go up or possibly drop further. Okay, but the most likely direction for gold is bullish. So we expect price to break today's first resistance, and possibly price might get to all-time high, which is at 23499.79. But that will be somehow difficult today, being Friday. Normally, typically, if price moves in a bullish direction for the week, Fridays is always the opposite. It's usually or sometimes the opposite direction. So we might see something like price dropping a bit for today, or possibly giving us a bearish engulfing for today. But whatever happens, let's keep our fingers crossed and monitor price. So that's that for the daily time frame. On the monthly time frame, price still bullish. The month is about to end. Today is the 29th of August. So we have just a couple of days or less than a couple of days before the end of the month, and price is already bullish. So if price closed the way it is, we have more like a bullish engulfing, signifying that price might likely continue its direction upwards. Okay. On the weekly time frame, price still bullish, and the bullish trend line, the ascending trend line, is being respected until we have a break below this ascending trend line. Price is expected to continue upwards. On the daily time frame, we've analyzed the daily time frame, and we can see that price continues to give us more higher low. Okay, this is a low, this is a higher low, this is a higher low, this is another higher low. Okay, this low, this particular low is higher than this low, this particular low is higher than the previous low, and this particular low is also higher than the previous low. Okay, now we have a high here. This is a high. Okay, we have a high here, and this high, this very high around here, is lower, is a lower high, because this high is lower than this high, and the next is a much lower high around here, much lower high, and this also a much lower high. This high is also lower. But something happened in the last couple of days. We now have a higher high. This high is higher than this high. So more like a break of structure. So we have something like this, and more like price has broken the trend line. So what we are seeing is a retest of that break. So we might either see a retest of the break and then price continues to go up, or we see a reversal up to this particular order block. This particular order block, buyers will be lined up here on the daily time frame. Okay, to catch the move and then possibly push price up. But if that fails, I see price testing the ascending, this particular ascending trend line. I see price testing it. If that fails, I see price testing this very ascending trend line. Okay, if that fails and the ascending trend line is in confluence with this very order block, before we might likely expect price to go up. So that's that for the daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, what do we have on the 4-hour time frame? Price still going up on the 4-hour time frame, but in the last couple of 4 hours, we see price dip to this high, this particular high around here, this very high. Okay, for this pin bar is where price is now, is a resistance got broken, and price now trying to use that this very high as a support. I is trying to use the high as a support. But let's see how it goes as time unfolds. Okay, but for now the direction is bullish. For now, we have a bullish ascending trend line intact. Price continues to respect the ascending trend line until we see a break below this ascending trend line. Then we have other blocks where buyers are lined up. Buyers are lined up around here. That's the particular level is the 3400 level, a psychological level. More buyers are lined up here, and that's the 3390 level. And we have another set of buyers lined up around here. That's the 3381 level. More buyers are lined up at 3381. So until we see a break below all these levels, before we now start to look at a bearish setup. Okay, but in as much as all those levels are being broken, we have the Fibonacci retracement levels as well. The 3390 is a critical level. If price holds around here, most likely price will continue up further and higher up. But if that does not hold, we have the 50% Fibonacci level, which coincides with 3371. If 3390 does not hold, 3371 might likely hold if price is going to drop. And the reason why I said price might drop is today being Friday, the last day of the week. For the whole week, we'll be seeing a bullish run. But typically, or sometimes, price tends to correct on Fridays for it to continue the following week in the direction it's headed. So that's why. So we have the 50% Fibonacci level at 3371.9, and then we have 618, which is most likely the last stop at 3359 level, where we expect enough from the sellers, and then the buyers to take over and then continue to push price up. So that's that for the 4-hour time frame. For the 1-hour time frame, you can still see that on the 1-hour time frame, price has been bullish, but more like the bears are stepping in, and we are currently seeing something like a breakout, ascending trend line breakout, indicating that price might likely drop. Price might likely drop. Price has been dropping in the Asian session. Price might likely continue to drop in the London session. So we have our other blocks lined up. There's another block at 3400 level, a psychological level. Price might likely get to that level in the London session. Most likely price might get to that level in the London session, and then possibly price might continue its direction back up. But for now, the bears are pushing and pushing and pushing. Okay, let's quickly look at the 30 minutes time frame. What do we have on the 30 minutes time frame? It shows that more sellers are trying to come in. Look at this very last current 30 minutes candle, giving us a bearish pin bar. If this closes as a bearish pin bar, you might see a drop. You might see a drop, and the drop might possibly get to 3400 level. And if it holds, you will see a bounce. If it does not hold, another block is lined up around here. Okay, I'm talking about the 3397 area. Then we have another block on the 30 minutes time frame. and that's at 3390 level. Buyers are lined up around that level to push price up. Okay, let's look at the 15 minutes time frame. 15 minutes time frame shows that the sellers are in control for now. Also, we have what looks like head and shoulder pattern. This is the left shoulder. This is the head. Let's take this as the head. Let's take this as the head. While this might be our right shoulder. Either this might be our right shoulder, or this might be our right shoulder, or this current resistance might be our right shoulder. Okay, but for now, price is looking like heavy at the top and trying to drop. Now we are on the 15 minutes time frame. If sellers are able to break this particular support area, that's 3404.71, we might expect price to also drop. If that's broken, we might expect price to drop to this area, which is at 3397 area. But for now, look for selling opportunities either to 3404 or 3397 area. On the 5 minutes time frame, you can see more drop is happening. So if price continues to drop lower, just sell for now. But the overall direction is bullish. But today being a Friday, we might see correction up to here, 3397, 3397, 3391. We might see, but if that doesn't happen, price is expected to continue its direction upwards. So for now, look for selling opportunities until you see a break above this descending trend line. You see a break above this descending trend line, you see something like this. See something like this, price giving you a candle that breaks above and closes above the descending trend line. Something like this. It close above this resistance. Then you might possibly start to think of buying. If you start to see the candle develop in this direction, you might start to think of buying. Today, if you see the candle breaks above this previous day's high, that's 3423 level. If price breaks above that level and closes above that level, be rest assured that the bullish trend will still not continue. So the other price breaks on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, price breaks and close below yesterday's low. That is a top. The top has been formed. We see price on the daily time frame for today's candle continues to drop and closes below. Price closes below yesterday's candle. Then we have a top, just like what we have around here. We have a top, and we might expect price to drop a bit more to test this ascending trend line. But if just like what happened a day before, like we have this pin bar, if price closes up, rises up and closes up, leaving a pin bar, bullish pin bar, just like what happened a couple of days back, we see something like this, closing with a bullish pin bar, just like we have here, just like we have around here. Okay, just like this very candle. Price gets to the middle of yesterday's candle and shoots up and closes it like this. Then we expect price to continue its direction upward, and we might start to target 3430, where we have the first resistance. We might start to target 3456, 3477, and then get to, but that might not happen today, maybe in the next couple of trading days or in the next 1 week. We expect price to go up. Overall direction is still bullish. Expect price to go up. Well, on the lower time frames, especially the 5 minutes, we have a descending trend line intact. So look for selling opportunities for now and start to buy on a break above this descending trend line. Break and close above, start to buy. That's that for today's video. If you like the video, smash the like button, subscribe, share, drop comments. Our website is www.binfxtrader.com. Visit the website to learn more on how to trade. Till I come your way next time, is bye for now.